Hello, dolls! Welcome to Paranoid Porcelain's YouTube channel. If you want to know how I did my makeup, just keep on watching. And I highly suggest you subscribe, like, and comment to see more of my videos, and also help me boost the channel. Just want to say thank you so much, and yeah, keep on watching. Right now, I currently have nothing on other than I had a little concealer here, and I also washed my face, and used some moisturizer on my face. So yeah, I will show you how I will be doing my makeup. Usually I use the Mehron Paradise makeup, and I use the white and black in the Paradise makeup. So yeah, I'm going to start out with that. I always do my eyes before I do my base. I mean, if you like to do the opposite, then you can always do that. And I do have a mirror right here, so I'll be looking down into that. This is basically how I do it. What I like to do is I like to make my eyes look big. And how I do so is by basically make a new or a waterline. Oh, and I have contacts in today too. Try and get them to match. I had my coffee today, now I'm shaking. And what I like to do is I like to make it all connect. This eye always looks poopier than the other one. And this is why I do my eyes first, is because, oops, too much water. Because of the fact that, stay hydrated, folks. If I was to mess up my eyes, then I could just go in and correct my eyes and not ruin my base. But if you like to do your base first, you can always do your base first. Makeup has no rules. And sometimes my makeup looks take about 8 hours. Range around those. Okay, I'm going to switch to a different type of brush because what I'm using is like an angle brush. But I'll switch to a different brush because right now I'm shaking. And yeah, way too much caffeine. Way too much. Sorry for the noises outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but the other day I was going to record a video and then all of a sudden this guy started to saw. And I'm like, bro, bad time. Very bad timing. If you don't want to use Mehron, I think it's called Schnazaroo. Also that paint you can use. I heard it's pretty good. It's a little cheaper than what Mehron is. I try to get it as close as I can to the lash line. Just going in with this is actually a paintbrush. And if I wasn't using paint, by the way, I usually go in with the Epic Wear Waterproof in the shade White. It's by NYX. This stuff is pretty good. If I wasn't using paint. Sometimes I don't use paint. Sometimes if I'm not using paint, then I'll use eyeliner because of the fact that eyeliner sticks a lot longer. And then the other shade is going to be the black one. So instead of the white paint and the black paint, then it's going to be that stuff. Stays pretty long, to be honest with you. Okay, so this is how it's looking. And what I like to do, grab a black eyeshadow and use a brush, this kind of brush. I don't have numbers to my brushes. Maybe one day I'll tell you what kind of brushes, but it's like a flat tip like this. So. And I like to take it and kind of drag it down a little bit, just to kind of blend it out, make it look seamless. Oh, and the black eyeshadow that I'm using for me right now is going to be the Cult Candy Cosmetics Heavenly Urchins. And it's the shade Susie, I believe. That's how you say it. From Rob. Sorry. But usually these kind of looks for me take about 8 to 6 hours to make. But of course you guys get to see the short version of that. Still just blending it out, just making it look. And what I do is I like take it and I drag it down just a tad bit, not too much, but. And what I like to do too is grab a blending brush. Just a small one, like this one. And I don't have any product on it, I just blend out what I just did. I like to map out where my eyeliner is going to go here. And then make it all connect. Probably because it's not wet. Okay. So unfortunately, while I was recording, my camera died. So I'm gonna have to give you guys a makeup tutorial on what I did on TikTok. So I do apologize about that, but still giving you a tutorial. And right now I'm gonna use Clown White, and I'm just gonna put it on as a base. I already kind of did, but I've got to redo it. Then I'm gonna take Root Canal from the Jeffree Blood Sugar palette. I'm just gonna pat it around. No blending yet, just pat it. This is what I mean by you just want to tap it down like that. You don't want to blend anything, okay? Then I'm going to take a blendy brush and I'm lightly going to tap it on the edges to make sure that there is a clean edge. You're going to want to use a big brush like this and just tap, 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 tap on the edges. Then I'm going to go in with a black and deepen up the base there. I'm going to be using the Pricks palette, and it's going to be Deadly Intentions. And then I'm going to take a blendy brush and blend it out, the Deadly Intentions. Just want to blend it out lightly, so just lightly tap, tap, tap. And then if you have to go back in with a Root Canal in the Blood Sugar palette, just to make sure that purple's not gone out of the black, then just kind of tap, 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 and then blend. Also, you want to put it right here, too. Just tap it in there, the black. Just a little bit on your eyeball, just a tiny bit. Then you want to get a Q-tip and get it wet a little bit. Kind of dry it off here on your hand like this. That's usually what I do. And then we're just going to wipe off some of the black so then we can get the color, good color payoff. We'll put the Mehron on for a cut crease, half cut crease. You just tap it on with a brush like this. Then we're going to set that with Glucose, which is in the Blood Sugar palette. It's the white, basically. We're also going to take that white glucose and we're going to tap it above root canal. And just use a fluffy brush like this. Just to get that seamless line, you know? Just tap, tap, tap. Then you're going to want to go over it with the white still and just keep blending, but the time not tapping, just kind of barely touching it and just kind of circle motions. Then I'm going to take Orange Fatale from the Prick palette, just an orange color. We're just going to tap it on there, just to make sure that it gets the color payoff. Then we're going to use a blendy brush and make sure you blend it out. Boop, 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 boop. Then we're going to take a blendy brush. We're just going to blend the black and orange. Next, we're going to take the black and we're going to blend it at the bottom. We're going to take a small brush and just bring it a little bit down, like so. You're barely touching it because you don't want to get too much black down there. We're going to take some of the Mehron and we're going to put it underneath the black that we just put down. I always forget. But it needs something sticky to stick on, so that's why we're going to put the Mehron down. And then I'm going to blend it out with my fingers, just do. So then we have something like this. Going to take root canal and just tap it on the clown white Mehron. Don't touch the black, but just tap, 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 tap. And we're going to take a blendy brush and we're barely going to touch it at the edges. Just that tap, 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 tap motion. No product on the brush, just tap, 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 tap. Just empty. And a flat brush like this. We're going to take cavity and we're going to do the same thing we did with root canal. We're going to go to the edge of root canal and then just tap, tap, tap. Then we're going to grab a blendy brush like this and just kind of blend it. Just tap, 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 tap. Should look something like this. And then we're going to grab the glucose and we're going to just tap it at the edge of cavity, the pink. Then for the inner corner, you're just going to draw a line and then boop. And we're going to take some black eyeliner or paint, because I use paint. And we're just going to draw it right here. Connect it. Once we have it all connected, then I'm going to take Tears of Joy out of the Psychedelic Circus. And it's just a sparkly, just to put it in the inner corner of my eye. Then I put eyelash glue at the bottom where I'm going to put my eyelashes. Also going to put it on the eyelashes as well. Put the glue on there and let it dry. And I just took a bunch of eyelashes from Amazon and just cut them up into small little tiny things like this. While that glue is drying, I'm going to put the same thing that I did on top. Just put doo-doo-doo. Then mascara. Then we're going to start laying them down where I put the glue. And now for the top eyelash. Just want to make sure it's in the corner and then boop. Like so. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And then mascara. And then setting spray. Make sure everything's set. Boop. And that's basically all I do. That's how you get my eye look. Alrighty, so this part where I do my base. Sorry about the weird lighting. I'm going to take some primer. I'm just going to put it at the bottom because I forgot to put primer on my forehead. But it's just the milk primer that I used before. If you use any other primer, you want to let that sit for a little bit. Just a tad so they can get tacky. What I do is I go in with the Clown White. We're going to take that, we're just going to blend it out. The damp beauty blender. Make sure you're not touching the eyeshadow you did, but you want to make sure it's kind of connected to the eyeshadow. Just a little bit, like so. I like to take some Mehron. Okay. It is Mehron setting powder. So then I can set my face. Just up a big fluffy brush like so. I like to dump it in the lid and not get it everywhere, but I just did. Yeah. Tap, tap, tap. You don't want to wipe it because I feel like wiping it kind of ruins it. Just tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Take a thing. and just use it as like a guide for your contour. But I don't contour with like bronzer. I only use like blush as contour. But it's not blush, it's actually the Playhouse from Candy Cosmetics. And it's the shade Dolly. I like to take that and kind of just tap, tap, tap. And then make sure it taps right into the eyeshadow. Like that. That's what I'm doing. So then you don't have to worry about, you know, getting it all the way down there. Just use a piece of paper. I don't know if paper would work, but just blending it all the way up to my ears, all the way up to the eyeshadow so that it blends. Boop. Like that. And then we're going to take the jelly color in Candy Cosmetics, which is the purple. We're going to tap it out a little bit, just to make sure you don't have too much on there. So all you want to do is just a little bit of purple, and I like to smash my brush a little bit. I don't know if you want to do that, but... And then just lightly put it in there so that it kind of deepens it a little. But only put it at like the top corner. And then just go woo, 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 like so. And then, just in case, I'm just going to wipe the brush off on a piece of paper towel. Then I'm going to use Plushy, which is a lighter pink in the Cult Candy Cosmetics. And we're just going to lightly dab it here. Just so then it can all blend together. I don't want the purple too much. I just went back in with the purple. And then back in with the light pink. Towards the cheek bone. That's how I like to do it. To make sure that it's just a tad bit lighter. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm back. Sorry, had to let out the dogs. And unfortunately, I wasn't recording my mic when I was recording what I was saying here. But what we're basically doing here is we're blacking out your nose to kind of make it look kind of animal-like. We're going to take some black. We're just tapping it. You don't want to blend it yet. I have a lot of steps in my makeup. And we're going to take a blendy brush. I need product on it, so wipe off the product. I'm sure it has no product on there. We're just trying to lightly blend out that black. Lightly blend it out. Like so. A blending brush. Like so. Focus. And I'm just going to take the same orange, which is Orange Fatale, in the Jeffree Star palette. It's just an orange color. Barely put it on your brush. I mean, that's... Tap it out. And then we're lightly going to touch your nose with it, right? Tap, 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 tap. Just make sure you're not getting the black. Just going to take it and lightly tap, tap, tap. Tap it right next to the edge of the black, but don't touch the black. I'm going to take a brush like that. I'm just going to kind of go in with Forge, which is like a reddish tint, and we're going to put it right on top of that black, so then it evenly blends with the orange, kind of. And then we're going to take that same blendy brush. Where did you go? This brush. I'm going to dip it in the orange just a tad bit, tap it off, and then blend out the edges of Forged into your nose. I like to take a little bit of color and then put it at the top of my head, just to kind of make sure that there's some kind of color right there. You might not be able to see it with my wig, but you know, I just kind of do it just in case. A little bit of color payoff there. And I'm going into Cult Candy and doing Fragile, which is a red. Just do it a little bit at the top of the head. I'm going to take some highlighter, Jeffree Star, Platinum Ice, into like the top temples of your forehead. I'm also going to put it in the bridge, and I'm also going to put it on the nose, on the tip of the nose. I like to do it with my fingers because I feel like it blends easier, but you can also do it with a brush too, if you'd like. And then I like to do it in here. Can't remember what that's called. And then on the chin is I like to take paint, dot, just put a small dot there, small dot there, dot, 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 dot. Make it look like I have freckles. Some days I do rainbow, some days I just do white, and today I think I'm just going to do white. And you just put them all around your face. You have to lightly tap it on your face. This is with a paintbrush, by the way. And just boop it on there. You want to do it on your nose too, because freckles doesn't skip the nose. Okay, I'm gonna mess it up if I do anymore. But it's basically how I do my lipstick. Because I actually had a request for someone to know how I do my lipstick. Right? The black paint. And I draw a triangle like that. And then I go like that. And then I just line it like that. Here, wait a sec, one sec. And I lightly touch it. Okay. Once it's all connected with the black, kind of looks crazy like this. Blue Velvet. Jeffree Star. I have so many Jeffree Star products. Anyway, we're going to fill in the blue velvet. Into, and then we are going to take the white paint again. I'm going to take a small brush, put one above here, here, and here, because that's where it's going to look like it's reflecting, like light is reflecting. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like so. And then I like to put one at the bottom. Like that. And that's basically how I do my lips. Do is black out my neck. Just kind of draw an arrow. So, and then what I'll do After this, a black eyeshadow, which I'm using the Heavenly Urchins from Cult Candy Cosmetics, and you're just gonna kind of blend it down, right? Yeah, just make sure it's all blended out. And just in case for the white, I'm just gonna blend out the edges. Now it sounds weird, but just do it. Just make sure. Putting white eyeshadow, which is from the Heavenly Urchins palette, and just kind of blending it. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get changed and show you the final look. BRB. Alrighty, and just want to show you my full look. This is how it came out. And this is what it looks like. Got a cool hat. Kind of crooked, but anyway. And yeah, this is how I do my looks. It's a cute dress with bunnies on it. If you can see them. Cute little bunnies. And yeah. This is how I do my makeup. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. You should subscribe, comment, like, and share to all your friends. And I will see you later. Thanks for watching.